He says, can you conceive of the greatest conceivable being? Just think of the greatest conceivable being. So whatever qualities it has, power, goodness, all this kind of stuff, just turn it up to the maximal conceivable amount, right? You got it in your head? You're picturing, you're thinking of just the greatest conceivable being? Okay, does that being exist in reality? Here's the problem. If you say no, then you're not doing what I asked you to. Because you can conceive of
But isn't that a limitation of the mind? I mean, we talked about this in terms of the Baha'i faith, about God being the unknowable essence, and that men have created a God in their minds that they falsely worship, right?
But we're not talking about God. We're just talking about the greatest conceivable being, which by definition, you can conceive of. You just go to the ends of your conceivability. Now, Anselm's like, you can conceive of that being existing just in your mind, or existing in your mind and also in reality. So if the thing you're picturing is something like a really powerful, really loving, really, great being, it kind of approximates what people call God. You can imagine that either just existing in your mind as you're thinking about it, or maybe it exists in your mind, but it also exists in reality. But if it exists in reality and the mind, then it's greater. It's got more existence, right? And so when you're just asked to conceive of the greatest conceivable being, if you're not automatically thinking of a being that exists in reality, then you're not thinking of the greatest conceivable being. But because you can think of the greatest conceivable being by definition, you're automatically thinking of a being that exists in reality. Therefore, this God must exist in reality. It's my favorite because it sounds a bit stupid.